Thanks for tuning in to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. This is your host, Michaela Falar, where we are here to skyrocket your self-worth, heal your shit, and take your power back. Welcome to the chat. What is up, guys? It's your host, Michaela Falar. Welcome back to Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. I am here today with special guest, Kelly. We are going to be doing something really cool for you guys. I'm actually going to be doing a one-on-one intuitive read with Kelly live for you guys to get an idea of what it is like working with me, see what a one-on-one session with me is all about, and just like get a little taste of it and get to know what working with me is like. So if you have been questioning like what even a one-on-one mini intuitive read or what an intuitive read is or what a session with me is like, this is the answer. This is exactly what it's like. I'm going to take Kelly through a session just like I would anyone else. It'll probably be around 30 minutes long. Normally they're about an hour long, but I want to make sure that I give Kelly the opportunity to ask me whatever she wants to ask me offline. And I want to preface this by saying how incredible it is of her to give me the opportunity to channel for her live on a podcast episode and to be willing to share it with all of you guys. That is so incredibly generous and brave and vulnerable on her end. So, Kelly, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do that and sharing it with the world. So we will just go ahead and get into it. Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, not
Kelly?
really.
Okay, so I'll give you an idea of what to expect. Basically, I'm going to be tapping into my intuition, into source. I'm going to be getting into your higher self field, your current energy field, what energy it is that you're putting out into the world, figuring out if there's anything blocking you from exactly what you're desiring currently. And then I'm going to give you energetic and physical tools to quantum leap you to whatever it is that you're desiring. So just kind of gapping the valley, building a bridge over the valley to get you there faster, right?
Mhm.
Cool. I'm excited. Are you
Me
excited?
too. Yes, thank you so
Yay!
much.
You're so welcome. Okay, so um first things first, we're going to get into your current energy, your current thought field. So this is not the ultimate truth. This is just the current energy that you're putting out into the world. So you are currently in your masculine an awful lot. So you're feeling like you have to be working. I think this is something that I picked up in the mini intuitive read that we did
Yeah.
with you as well.
Hmm.
And so right now it's like so I'm feeling a lot in my left side, and your left side is your feminine side. So having a hard time receiving help,
Hmm.
um, and moving forward. And in order for you to get what you want, as we've discussed before, you're feeling like you need to like move, 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 move. And the reality of it is that you can receive help, but there's a part of you that's like fighting that. Like I'm picking up on there being somebody that's wanting to help you, or maybe that is helping you currently right now, but you're having a hard time accepting that help and like being okay with that help. And it's like a ego thing, like a I feel like I need to be taking care of myself at all times thing, like a I don't need your help, I don't need anyone, I could do it myself type of energy. And this is something that was from childhood of you always having to be like the bigger person. Do you have siblings?
Hmm.
Did you take care of them? Were you
Yeah,
like the mama bear?
they're like 11 and 13 years younger than me. So,
Yeah, so you had to grow up at like a very young age and you
mhm.
always felt like you were in charge of like handling everything, including yourself. And it caused you to be in your masculine so much and to have a really hard time receiving help. There's a part of you that feels almost like helpless and stressed at the same time. Just like kind of like you're so stressed about how things are going and you feel like you've tried everything and you're like almost like you just want to like you have whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever it is that you're desiring. It's like you have it and you're like shaking it and you're like, why isn't it working?
Yeah.
I'm doing all the things that I feel like I need for it to do for it to work, for me to be where I want to be, but it's not working. And what's missing? Like something is missing. Okay, I want you to go ahead and think about what it is that you're desiring most in this life. In your head, don't say anything out loud, just in your head, think about what it is that you're desiring most, a specific thing currently that you're desiring. I'm seeing that you need to it would be in your best interest to have a little bit more fun. And I'm picturing you in like, you're just very calm, content, confident. Like your confidence level is very like, it's like 6.5, close to 7 currently, in your current, like right now. And in this visual that I have right now, it's like solid 8. And you're like, hair, makeup done, getting ready to like take on the day. Like I'm seeing like a self-love day, like a take yourself out to lunch, like get dressed up and like put your favorite outfit on and do like just make yourself feel and look good. Take yourself out to lunch, go shopping and just like have a you day. Like I feel like you've been neglecting like yourself for so long because you're just like taking care of others all the time that you haven't really been giving yourself that that love that you deserve, right?
Right.
I feel like there's a part of you that feels like you're not in alignment with what you're currently doing for work right now.
Yeah.
Um if you could do anything, if you could do anything in the world, what would it be?
I don't know. Like, that's my problem. I feel like I have no idea. I just don't know.
Do you have something something in your past that you have gone through that you maybe wish somebody was there to help you through that in a more smooth way than it had to be for you?
Mm, probably.
So, oftentimes, like the bane of our existence is what we end up mastering and what we end up loving to teach. Is there anything in like specifically that you like love to do, like a hobby or something you love to talk about?
Um, I don't know. I feel like my life has just been so consumed with like work and mom life, and I just don't know anymore. I mean, I used to love event planning, but I don't know.
I think that right now you're you've you've consumed, you're right. You've consumed your mind literally just has like so much constantly going,
Mm,
going, 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 going that you haven't you haven't even taken a second to step back and like take care of yourself, which is why I was like self-love day, like 100%. Like that's something that you need to lean into.
mm,
Um, and get connected to yourself because you're so wrapped up in everyone else right now that you don't even know what you want.
yeah.
And I think that a way for you to like something that would be real, like it's so easy to get, especially with you with raising, your siblings. It's got to be, and then, getting married and having kids and being a mom and being a wife and having to work full time. That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm in
And
school too.
you're in school.
Mhm.
Amazing. What are you in school for?
My MBA, I'm almost done, but I'm over it.
So, but what did you decide to go to back to school to get your MBA for?
Um, I am in like management and leadership for work, so I just did it. Basically, we have like reimbursement and stuff, so I kind of did it for that
Mm,
reason. Um, yeah, I just figured why not, but it's
yeah,
a lot.
that's amazing. Good. Good for you. Um, and it's like what you did it to just do it. And now we want to know like but like you're not in alignment with where you're at as far as work goes. And so but I feel that a part of you knows what you would want to do in your future. Like I want you to think of like if you could create your dream life, your dream reality, what would that look like for you?
I don't know. All I really want is just like more freedom, like
Mhm.
more time for my,
Okay.
but that's all I really know, I feel like.
Yeah. Um well, I mean, it's a good start. We all want more freedom. The thing is, we've got to. So, the reason I asked you about if there was like a specific event in your life that you feel like you could help, we're best equipped to help people, the person that we once were, right?
Mm,
And so, if there is like something specific that you've gone through that you feel like you could help somebody get through easier, that could be something that you create and are able to like share. But then there's also a part of you that's like, you want, because I'm picking up the vibe that you desire to, like, your higher self desires to do something where you don't have to have a boss anymore. Like, you want to make your own schedule, you want to have time freedom. And there's also a part of you that's like, doesn't believe in yourself.
yeah,
And it's like, how do you not believe in yourself? Like, look at all the things that you've already accomplished for others. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing, I'm guessing that this getting your MBA and it's going to give you a raise.
hopefully.
There's a possibility of you getting a raise, which is
Yeah.
essentially why you would put yourself through school even more so to like get better at where you're at currently so that you can make more money.
Right.
And that is, is that making more money like it's for the family in your head? You're like,
Hmm.
it's for the family.
Yeah.
Everything's for the family. So I want you to like ask yourself, like, what are you doing currently right now for you? Can you name three things that you're doing for yourself right now?
No, not really. Yeah,
So,
a lot.
yeah. So, in order to come back to who you are and to like remember what you want and who you are, we have to boost that like self love back up.
Yeah.
Self confidence, like you're good, like that you're a hard worker, you know that you can do hard things, you know that you are smart and strong and resilient and a good mom and a good wife, like you know all these things about you. Um and it's like if I was to say name three things, three attributes about yourself that you like. Can you do that for me?
I just
It
hate
takes a
like
minute.
I know. I just am not good at being put on the spot. Um,
Oh no, you're good. I'm not either. But it's like, okay, so think about it's attributes, meaning like I love my laugh. I love that I'm brave. I love that I I love my
okay.
sense of style, like like things like that.
Yeah. I love that I'm empathetic. Uh,
Mhm.
I love that I guess I would say I'm brave too. And um, I don't know. Like I like that I think I'm a good leader. If that counts as one.
That as absolutely counts as one. That's
Okay.
amazing.
Great.
So these are amazing. Great job. So now I have like a tool that I would like for you to do. It's called you might have if you listen to my podcast, you might have heard this before, but it's a 125 attributes list.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take the three things that you just said. We're going to start to implement more time for Kelly. We're going to start small because I don't want to give you a bunch of crazy things to do and then you get overwhelmed because your life is already overwhelming enough.
Yeah.
So I would love if you could give me a memory that made you feel brave.
Giving birth.
That's big. Yeah, that's a big one. That's great. So like you know that you're brave. Now feel like that emotion of being brave connected to that memory, right? Like
Hmm.
that is a huge, like you can take yourself back to that and describe every single thing that's happened probably during giving birth. I could only imagine. And you're connecting that memory with the feeling of being brave, of feeling brave. I feel brave. I am brave, right? So when we connect that feeling to the memory, that creates the emotion, and then we're connecting it to that word because the emotion is everything. We want
Yeah.
to connect the emotion to the word because like let's say that have you ever been in uh I'll do like for instance this is coming up like with work, like let's say your boss calls you and another coworker in and tells you that tells you both that your work isn't cutting it. Like whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, like isn't the right way, and they critique you. And one of you is like, okay, that's fine. And the other one is like triggered by it. Like they're being told that the way that they're doing things isn't correct. But the other one is just taking it as constructive criticism and is able to like move forward. So
Hmm.
why is one, it's the same situation, both are put on the spot in the same way, and one is able to take it better than the other. Why? Probably because that one person who's triggered has a time in their life, in their past, where they were told that what they were doing for their work isn't cutting it, isn't good enough, and isn't the correct way. And it made them feel mad, angry, upset, right?
Hmm.
So the story doesn't mean anything unless you are connecting an emotion to it, a feeling to it, which is
Right.
why it's so important when you're creating this list to connect that emotion and that feeling to the word.
Mm.
Because if you're just like standing in front of a mirror and you're like, I am brave, it's like, okay, but like, where's the proof? Your subconscious is going to be like, well, where's the proof? And that's how we rewire our subconscious, our neural pathways, our subconscious mind is by connecting that word to a feeling. So for every morning that you wake up, 5 minutes, I want you to have this list.
Mm.
For you, I think that pen to paper would be best. Um, you can do 5 minutes a day, and I want you to put down, like, I am blank. I am blank. And these are all attributes. So your first three can be I am brave. Um, yeah. I am brave. And then you next to that I am brave statement, you want to write the time that I gave birth. Like I am brave because of the time like I felt brave when I gave birth. And
Okay.
so what was the other one that you gave me? Another one that you gave me?
Uh, Empathetic.
Empathetic. I am empathetic. Okay. What
Now.
when is a time that you felt empathetic?
No, I don't know. I could literally I feel like I can just feel other people, like in general, like
Totally.
my husband all the time, or even if I don't know, somebody's like upset, like sometimes I'll literally could like burst into tears. Like,
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
no, totally. Um if you so I would connect that word to a time where you were able to help somebody by being empathetic with
Yeah.
them, like not feeling sorry for them, but like
Hmm.
being there for them and to feel what they were feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Being being empathetic is such a beautiful thing. Um so just because this is popping up into my head right now, also you you're very like calm, and I said this to you before, but you still have the same exact energy of like just being calm and like loving and caring, like a very genuine person. And I admire that so much about you, but the reason that that's coming up is I'm feeling that you're almost like, well, this is just how life is, and this is like this is what it is. But your higher self is like, but there's more. And like, there's this part of you that like knows like there's more. And you're like, okay, but like, where is it?
Yeah.
Right. So in your past, almost like connecting, you're resonating too much with like your past. Like you're giving your past a lot of power over you.
Yeah.
Um and I am picking up on like the family situation of you having to be there so much for your siblings
Mhm.
and almost seeing it as like a negative thing. So I want to neutralize that. So do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you write a T chart for me?
Yeah.
So on one side of the chart, put a positive sign, and the other
Mhm.
side, put negative. I want you to tell me 3 negative things that you find from your like upbringing and like having to be the mom for the family, for your siblings.
Mm, I don't know. I didn't feel like I didn't like that. I guess like I would be forced to watch them sometimes, but not like not really. I don't know.
So, what is it that is about like your upbringing that's like bothering you so much?
Mm,
Or is there like like a there's like some sort of resentment that I'm picking up? And is it with like your dad?
probably.
Okay. Um and like let me know if I won't like get too much into this.
Mhm.
But I just like you kind of like what I'm talking about without
Yeah.
me even having to say it. So, yeah. So that is what I want you to focus on for this like
Okay.
plus and minus situation.
Okay.
So, um yeah, because that was something that I had to like dig for. So, let's just do one. So, one example of a negative that you feel like affected you from like this situation affected you, how the situation affected you in a negative way.
Um, I guess part of it would just be like I didn't have like a traditional family growing up, so I always like I had a different last name than actually both
Mm,
yeah, than my dad or no, than my
mm-hmm.
mom, sorry. So like things like that, probably feeling different.
Mm-hmm. And what would a positive be from feeling different than everyone else? Like, would you say that that gave you a sense of independence, like made you strong?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be your positive. Feeling, yeah, feeling out of place, feeling different. Your parents are separated.
Yeah, they were never married.
Did your dad like start a different family?
Yeah, when I was a little older, that didn't really
Mm-hmm.
bother me, but I did grow up with my mom and her sisters and my grandma. Like my house was just like unconventional.
Yeah. So is mine. So is mine. Um, so You say that like it didn't bother you, but it did.
Yeah.
But you're just such a like loving and caring and like this is how it is type of person that that's what you're telling yourself. And that's okay. And they're feelings that like you suppressed in that moment and now at this point in your life they're so suppressed that you don't even realize that they're there. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So in order to work through those feelings, the first thing that you need to do is acknowledge that they're there. And I think the best like physical way for you to do so would be to write your dad a letter. We're not going to send it to him or anything,
Yeah.
but writing him a letter, um, getting everything out, like literally everything, like all of your feelings. And when you put that pen to paper, things are going to come up that you have suppressed for so long. And you're going to be like, wow, like, what the fuck? um, and it's going to be very therapeutic. And I think it's going to help, like, kind of move those emotions around as well. Yeah, you're so in your masculine that it's like you've almost lost touch with like your emotions of of allowing yourself to feel your feelings in a sense.
Yeah.
Would you yeah. Um okay, so those are all things that I would like for you to I think are going to really help you like move forward. I definitely see you like creating something where you're helping people and like leading people in a higher, in a like just a different way than you're doing it now. Like you're definitely you've outgrown your current position,
Yeah.
which is why you went to seek your MBA.
Hmm.
And, but I feel like there's a part of you that's like ready to help people in a different way and to be there for them in a different way. And so I know that like once you start to shift, like I'm seeing you helping other moms get back to finding time for themselves. Like I feel like you would be really good at that. I think that's a great like there's a reason that that's coming into my head right now, but I think that obviously first it it's time for you to like step back into yourself and to figure out what it is that you want
Yeah.
and figure out what you love to do like alone
Hmm.
and to take that time like I want you to pencil yourself in. So like make this make this self-love day where you're like in your favorite outfit, hair and makeup done, or not. Like I don't even if you just want to like go see a movie by yourself, but take yourself out to lunch, do something with yourself. Um write this letter to your dad. It's going to like stir up a lot of emotions inside of you that you've been suppressing for quite some time. And when say like it's not that you ever had an issue with taking care of your siblings.
Hmm.
It's that you felt like a part of you was like you had to grow up so fast. And so like a part of your like childhood and being able to do what it is that you want for you and to take time for you was like robbed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's like that resentment that I'm feeling. And that'll pop up in the letter. Yeah, so pencil yourself in, self love day, write this letter, do the T charts on the two things that I mentioned, and yeah, those three things are going to help a ton with getting the ball moving, getting the ball rolling as far as what you're asking for, what you're desiring, what you're wanting. Like, but the first step, like the number one thing is getting your self-worth up, like getting, like remembering who you are and like figuring out what it is that you want. Because right now it's like, you know, you want more, but you're like, where is it? What do I do? What step do I take?
Yeah.
And the first step that it is that you need to take is to get in touch with yourself again, because you've been so busy taking care of everybody else that you like have completely put yourself off to the sidelines. And in order for us to be our best selves for everyone else, we have to show up for ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to be the best version of ourselves, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm going to end this live, and then we can pop off and you can ask me whatever questions that you want to off the camera
Okay,
or
great.
off
Thank
of
you
the
so much.
recording. Yeah, how did you like it?
It's awesome. I didn't know what to expect, but it was good.
Good. Amazing. So thank you guys so much for listening. If you would like to book a one-on-one session with me, I will put the link in the show notes below for you. And if you have any questions, you can always email me or DM me on Instagram. And yeah, I hope you have an incredible day, and we'll chat soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you, please make sure you leave a rating and review. Like and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Kayla Cakes, at KAELA_CAKES. Visit my website at michaelaryanfalar.com to find out more about my coaching services. All of these links are in the show notes below. Make sure you tune in for next week's episode. New episodes are out every Tuesday and Friday. Chat soon.